Hi guys, so today I'll be trying out Spellbinders stitching die and embossing folder of the month for April of 2025. I already did a whole unboxing of all these items, talk about the new price, the prices there on Spellbinders as far as their club kits are concerned, and I will link that video in the description box so you'll have that full video if you want to check it out. But today we're just going to get right to it. I will say the stitching die is called the Stitched Taking Notes, and then we have the embossing folder, which is the perforated stamp edges, and I already talked, like I said, all about them, so we're gonna get right to it. It's called Taking Notes because it looks like a little piece of, you know, college rule or just however paper, right? Your notebook paper type thing. And then you have these little words, and again, I went through them in the video from the first. But these are samples, so they were sent free of charge from my review, and of course all opinions are my own, and the links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission for your purchase items to those links. So thanks for using those. And I think today I'm going to make a 5x7, because this right here, it's going to cut a piece, and I think I might have measured it in the first video, but I don't remember exactly what I said, so let's check it out. It is 4 1/4, legitimately probably by 5 1/2. Yeah, so the metal, like where it cuts, is going to be a complete A2 size. And I was looking at this, and now of course you have this background piece, right? You can make a shape card from this. I think that would be really fun. You can put the inlay in there that makes it look like a piece of, again, notebook paper. I will say, when you run it through, it goes like this. So your line, that red line, is on this side. And if you're just going to stitch it, super easy. Just, you know, the red line, the blue line's going across. I was thinking, even if you want to do that, and maybe you know, don't care for stitching, and maybe you get the deluxe caboodle or something, just use a ruler and just do blue lines. Just follow from dot to dot. There's embossed here area that you can just kind of follow, and then do a red line with, you know, marker or gel pen down this way. So I think that'd be a really fun way to use that also. But today I'm going to use these like as backdrops. So how fun would that be? I was even thinking maybe I should devise a little like mini album type thing, or maybe something where you can put these in a box and just have like pictures on them, and then you can put little journaling cards and things. I think it'd be really cute because it's a nice size thing. But I'm going to make a 5x7. So I do have a white card base here. Not a white card base, a white piece of cardstock. And I'm going to cut this down to 10x7 so that we can use it to make a 5x7 card, which I hardly ever do, but I feel like that's such a good size. We need something like this to hold it. So I'm going to take 1.5 inches off, leaving 7 inches on this A2 size paper, and then take 1 inch off of the other side, on the 11-inch side, so it's 10. And I can see when I was holding this here, it's a little bit, tiny bit longer than 7. Because again, you are using your grids, but you're also eyeballing it. So like in a way, it's possible that maybe I cut that just a little too long. Okay, so 5 inches. So we have, again, 10x7. Ooh, not that one. Scored at 5 inches. I'm going to matte layer this with the piece of cardstock that I'm going to run through the embossing folder. This is your standard embossing folder, so whatever you need to do for whatever machine you have there. I did choose some pieces of cardstock that I thought were real pretty. I have this like parchment paper. I thought that would be fun. I have just some cream cardstock, and then I have this peachy one. And I was kind of debating if I do that one in the background and these two on top. I think I'm going to put this in the back. So I'm going to cut this. I don't want to do the math, so I'm going to swing the arm out, which I didn't do earlier. But 6 5/8 by... oh, was that the... Did I just cut that? 6 5/8? Yeah, duh. Okay, by 4 7/8. So just 1/8 inch off. That's what I like to do, but if you like quarters, then, you know, 6 3/4 by 4 3/4. And I'm going to run this through the embossing folder. Again, it's just your standard embossing folder, so whatever you need for that to work. I'm looking at these little scallop edges and things. I'm going to put it like right here, so a good amount of that will be on there. And I'm going to try to make it as straight as I can, because it definitely has straight lines, so I would like that to not look crooked. So I'm kind of lining it up super straight as I can. And then I'm just going to take this guy and cut out one of this cream colored cardstock and one of my parchment, okay? Just run that through the die cutting machine. Okay, I rolled it backwards, sorry. I cut these guys out at the same time. So let's see how that turned out. I figured I can probably just stack them. Yeah, look at that. I mean, the parchment came right up. And then this guy looks like this. Look how cool that is though, right? I mean, can you imagine just having a whole bunch of these like in a little like display or something, and then there just can be individual things. You can bind it, it'd be a little hard to do, but I just like the look of this. And then just have them there with some pictures and some cute things. I don't know. Okay, let's get this together. Okay, and I just ran this through my platinum sticks with the regular, you know, with the universal plates, it's plate A and B, right? The bases, and then one cutting plate. And like I said, I think I cut this a little bit bigger than 7 inches, right? Remember I took 1.5 inches off and it looked like it was just a little bit, so that's why it's looking the way it is. I like both sides of this thing. So this is some not pattern paper, textured paper I use, so you see that. But on the back side there's less texture, and that's really cute too. Well, we can go with the texture side, but you can see how it looks on either side. Okay, I'm just gonna glue this guy down, and in the meantime I'm gonna let that set up. When I come back I'll have maybe some ephemera and things I want to pop on here. A lot of people use this guy as a nice background, even this guy for the small die of the month with that little snail, which is very cute. Lots of ways. Everything I feel like this month really coordinates with everything else, right? So it all goes together really nicely. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so we have our card base here. And I went ahead and grabbed this Simple Stories vintage flower. Is that what it was called? Simple vintage flower, yeah, flower shop. That's what I forgot, the last part there. And maybe I'll get some stickers or something from that. I was just debating what I was going to do. Actually, the plate where it says Spellbinders on the cutting plate, it kind of got on there. I don't know if you can see that. I can probably erase it, but I was kind of playing with this. These are, again, A2 size. I mean, it takes up a lot of this background, but I'm thinking about putting this one underneath and then this one on top. Something like that. I'll probably just glue them down now, even though I might finish this off with stickers. So let me put this over here. Something kind of like that. I was gonna say, I don't know if you guys have been watching these Spellbinders videos recently for their clubs. I think a lot of times Yana is narrating them, and she does such a lovely job. It's not just music anymore like they used to have in the past, and I know you guys, well, some people don't care for that. They'd rather hear like everything and kind of talk it through, and that's what I've been noticing. So I definitely encourage you guys to check them out. Yana's awesome, and just the cutest designs. And she, you know, walks you right through them. Let's put that there. I'm gonna hold this down for a minute and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so yeah, I have the sticker sheet here from the Simple Stories. I mean, this is very pretty, but it has blue and I have all this pink and things. That's cute. I mean, this is nice. They work fabulous. Let me see how this would look. And you know, if you don't really touch this too much, you can definitely pop this back if I decide not to go with this. Oh, that's cute. Okay, and that's the other thing. So the paper is crooked, but I'm gonna put this, you know what I'm saying? I did these kind of wonky, but I can pop this on here. I'm not gonna push that down quite yet. Just to kind of see where that's at. And then, you know, dreamer, together, life is good, never stop dreaming, the best, together. You have the little bits from this. They have like a note for you or friend or hello. Very cute. Add those in there. Let's see here. Cute. Okay, I'm not gonna say that I'm quite yet. We have this is happiness, and how about, you know, believe in yourself, never stop dreaming. That's cute. They're kind of different kinds of pink here. Remember this. Okay, sorry. I'm like, I do like that. I know it's very much more scrapbooky, right? The remember this, but good. Some little stickers just to finish that off. All right, guys, so there it is. So thanks for watching. Just some ways to making some backgrounds, some pieces that you can just kind of tuck and layer. Of course, like I said, I mean, this would be great for scrapbooks. I think just for making a little kind of cute, kind of like a scrapbooky type thing, but maybe loose leaves, loose pieces like in a little box or in a little holder if you want to design something like that. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll have the images coming up. The links will be in the description box for the US and the UK and for the unboxing of the deluxe caboodle for April of 2025. All right, guys, I'll see you at the next one. Bye now.